Hi, Kabir. Good afternoon. How are you?
Hello, I'm very well. Thank you very much for asking. And thank you very much for inviting me as well. We are meeting after a very long time. How have you been?
Yeah, I have been fantastic. Thanks for asking. I was busy uploading videos as I'm continuing on social media, as you know, and I'm conducting sessions for my students. So that's what I'm doing regularly or full time, I would say, because I recently completed my master's degree in English literature. So now I'm totally focused on YouTube and this one on one sessions for my students. So that's what I have been doing. So, what about you? How
Uh,
have you been and what have you been doing?
First of all, just congratulations for your masters. Okay, it's a
Thank you.
great milestone that you have achieved in your career. And as far
Thank
as I
you.
am concerned, everything is going smoothly and very well by the grace of God. I'm very happy, and I have been also trying my best to do better. Trying more and more. I have certain goals as well, so trying to catch that one.
Oh, that's great to hear. Very nice. Okay. So today we are here to discuss the grammar in language. Of course, in English language, as we are moving forward to become better in spoken English as much as we can. So, what do you think, Kabir? What is the role of the grammar and importance of grammar in spoken English, particularly?
See, I would say there are two cases because we are Indian. English is not our mother tongue or it is not our native language. We don't speak when we born English. We
Mhm.
speak Hindi, or we have multiple languages that we do speak in our country. But if you talk
Mhm.
about other countries like US, UK, and many more English spoken countries, they have their culture and it's the mother tongue, so they don't have any problem. So for them, grammar is not mandatory. It is, they don't know about grammar. They don't know about grammar. I think, like, 10% they don't know about it. But if you talk about us, like Indian or all those people who do not speak English when they are born, so I think grammar plays a role. I won't say a vital role, but it plays a role. That means when you grow up, when you become, like, a school going boy, you start going to school, you must remember that you used to study grammar, like this is tense, this is preposition, this is that, blah blah blah, various parts of grammar we did study in our school. We translated from our mother tongue to English because that time we didn't know the importance of this language. But later on, when we grew
Right.
up, when we completed our studies, and when you started moving across the country, you got to know about the importance of this language. Then again, you just call back. Okay, we were learning grammar that time. We were learning tenses. We were learning preposition. We were learning conjunctions. We were learning various parts. We if I talk about myself, that I remember I had a book of English translation. I used to translate when I was in class, maybe sixth, seventh standard, like that. So I used to translate daily 20 Hindi to English sentences. So we have done it a lot, and that is what helped us, like everybody, when we grew up, when we started English, and somewhere grammar we already studied. But for
Mhm.
somebody, like, still there are people who are quite educated, but they don't speak English. They haven't studied grammar and all. So I think what they can do, they can initially start a basic of grammar, basic in the sense like tenses. I would say it's a backbone of English, tenses, the sentence formation. They can learn and they can start spoken English. That would be better. Well, if anybody doesn't want to learn and they want to start, quite okay, no problem, but it would take longer time as compared to the previous one.
Exactly, you are absolutely right. Grammar is really important for all of those languages which we want to learn. But we are not able to understand the importance of the language which is our native language or mother tongue because we learn from the environment. So we do not think a lot about it. But when we try to learn some other languages, it is very important. And it depends on a person to person, as you said, of course. Some students are there, they studied very well grammar in their just classes or in their schools. So now they don't have to go very deep down into it, they can directly jump into spoken English, right? But at this moment also I see many people are very, I would say, basic, or they don't even know the sentence structure or subject verb agreement. They make a lot of mistakes with the simple sentences. So that's what I say to the people, that for me it was working, that I started speaking English from the first day onwards, because I was aware of the basic grammar and I did well in writing. I got good marks in English subject. So, but it is, the case is not same with everybody, right? Some people I see, they are not able to make a right sentence. I have to point them that no, 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 this is not right. You have to use is, am, are, helping verbs. Then you have to go for this subject, object, all these things. So people should think personally that what is their level. Grammar is very important, but it does not mean that you have to do mastery over the grammar to become spoken
Right.
English man. Go study tenses, know basic about it. It does not mean whole books like Ren and Martin, and you're buying a lot of grammar books, 10 books, and doing a lot of exercises. And then if you are thinking that you are going to be a wonderful speaker, that is not going to work. Maybe you would become master in English, but again, you have to put efforts to do mastery in spoken English again. So that's what it is. Yes, you are absolutely right. So now coming to another question, Kabir. So what are your plans like? As you told me, like, so what are you planning to do for the people who want to learn English and they want to become better in grammar first? So what are your plans for it? And are you planning something? Would you do something for them as a content creator, as an English teacher?
Honestly, if I talk about me, what I was doing in the previous 2 months, I was just studying English. I was studying vocab, I was studying grammar, I was studying idioms. I have studied more than thousands idioms. Like I have got a book. Okay, I have got a book of particular grammar to study it. Okay, what is the role of grammar? I have got a book of vocab that contains more than 10,000 word. Okay, and I was just studying day and night. I was quite enthusiastic about that because ever since I started learning grammar, I don't know why it always fascinates me, to learn more and more and more, to speak it. Though I'm not able to consistent on YouTube, and earlier I was uploading one-on-one sessions like you people do, and now I'm not able to compete you because already our YouTubers or content creators or a teacher like Ashutosh is there, who can help people out who want to improve English by one-on-one sessions and all. So I was thinking, what to do so that it would be effective and helpful for people who want to improve English, okay, who want to improve grammar, and who don't want to feel like it's quite complicated and it's rocket science for me. So it took time, but eventually I have come to a conclusion that I'm gonna focus, or I'm gonna make videos on those particular grammar parts that is quite essential. For example, the use of do, does, and did. It's quite basic, but many people do not know how to use it in a sentence. They make mistakes
Mm-hmm.
and multiple times they
Yes,
repeat it. You correct them, again they repeat it. Why?
they do.
Because they are not able to figure out like what is the exact meaning, what is the exact use, and how can I use it. And if you think
Right.
about who, does, and did in a
Mm-hmm.
conversation, I think most number of times you use these three words: do, does,
Yes,
and
we do.
right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I have decided, and I have make a list of certain topics that I'm gonna make videos, and I'm gonna help people out through these particular topics of grammar, along with that idioms as well as vocab. Okay, there are so many words that we need to learn. Vocab is that section you cannot end it learning every day. I think like I forgot the exact time, maybe every 10 minutes a new word is being created in English. So you cannot stop learning,
Exactly.
right? So eventually I have decided to make videos on those particular topics, and along with that I'm gonna launch a very easy and a very cheap course for all those people who want to improve their grammar part, so that it won't be sounding to them like, oh, it's quite tough for me, how can I learn grammar. Grammar is not tough. Well, if you want to learn it quite deeper, then it is complicated, it is confusing. Okay, but For spoken purpose, it's quite easy. I would say like you have to learn a certain topics only, maybe 10, 12, or hardly 15. Okay. And it can help you a lot to improve your spoken part. So this is what I'm trying to do, and I'm working on this project. So very soon I'm gonna launch videos on my YouTube channel. You can see those.
Exactly, of course. I'm eagerly waiting for it. That's why sometimes I contact you like here and there to know that what is going on and why are you not on YouTube, of course. So it is very important. Of course, I want everybody to be there, and everybody has their own unique talent. As you said, of course, we are doing these conversations, but somebody can be very good in expressing themselves with the grammar topics. Somebody can be very good in the solo content creation. So everybody has a different, I would say, the talent, and they would be able to find their place for sure, right? As in the market, there are many shops, right? But everybody is able to find customers. The same, YouTube is a big market for us, and people are there to, of course, take a service. So another question goes to you. As you said, you're going to launch a course. So that would be the recorded course, or it would be live. What are you planning to do?
No, I don't believe in recorded course. Actually, I would love to launch a live course that will I'll be taking live sessions. Okay, there will be a
Mhm,
limited number of people in a group or batch. Definitely, okay,
mhm,
a limited. I would say if I say like it would be maximum 10, not more than that. Okay, so that
mhm.
everybody can ask the question. If anybody is having any doubt, they can clearly ask it. Okay, and they can make it very easy for them. So I haven't launched it yet on YouTube. Okay, so I'm gonna launch it very soon, and I hope that it would be very very helpful for those who want to improve
Yeah,
it.
that's great. So means you're planning to make videos for YouTube. At the same time, you have created a curriculum for those students who wants to learn English. For them, you are going to conduct online classes in a group that would be helpful for them to learn grammar. Then they can come on with the spoken English and they can practice, right? Because
Yeah,
some people are very much basic, I would say, and they are, to be honest, I do not entertain them. I only train people who know the basics, and I help them with the confidence and the public speaking skills and all those things, because I do not teach them the deep grammar, all those things, because I don't consider myself very good in it. Of course, I learned spoken English by listening to the content and by speaking to people as much as I can, because I did not go very deep into the grammar. I did not like, or I don't like till now, to be honest. I feel sleepy all the time. So whenever I go through it. Okay. So the next question goes to you, Kabir, about the idioms and phrases, as you mentioned that you are studying or you studied a lot of idioms and phrases. So what do you think, on what stage we should consider idioms and phrases in a spoken English? Particular
advanced level.
idioms, in what
Definitely.
stage, I feel? Mhm.
Okay. Well, it's a very simple question. When you become advanced in English, that means you become
Mhm.
advanced level of speaker. Okay, you are able to communicate with everybody very easily without any problem. You are quite confident. Why idioms and phrases are important? Because when you become an advanced speaker, you interact with multiple people who are also quite brilliant in English. They use idioms and phrases a lot. We talk about native speakers, any someone from MNC, like a multinational company or anywhere who is quite good at English. So they use idioms and phrases. If you notice them, that time that would help you understand. That will help you, attract it. So that is why it is important, and it will also help you to become more advanced, I would say.
Absolutely right. I asked you this question because most of the people confuse. It sounds maybe the very simple question, but it is a very important question that I see. Some people are not able to speak, but they want to learn idioms from the first day and they want to use into their spoken English. That's absolutely right. I can say I appreciate it, but first they should express themselves. They should find a way that how they can express their thoughts simply, then they can decorate their language, right? If I give you an example first, we should construct our house. Then we go for the finishing and we go for the decoration, right? It does
Yeah.
not mean that wall is not there and we started decorating. So the idioms and all those things are somewhat like they call it the ornament of the language, like we
Yeah.
keep ornament, right? So the
Mm.
first we have to have a good dress with clothes, then we can think about ornament. It does not mean you are not having clothes on your body and you having ornaments only. How it looks, right? Very awkward, right?
True, true.
So that's how it is. That's why I asked this question. I see many people, they are confused with this thing, that actually before learning the spoken English, before practicing to someone, they want to learn a lot of just all these idioms and phrases, and they think then from the first day onwards they are going to use it, but it's not easy. And second thing, it's very difficult once you reach on to that level, as you said, advanced or intermediate, whatever it is, then you understand the meaning of all those idioms very well. But in the beginning, it's very difficult for you to understand also as well that in what situation you are going to use it, right?
Right. I agree with you.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. So another question I would be asking related to you, that nowadays, are you doing something for spoken English? Means, do you speak with someone anytime? Do you
Honestly,
get time? Hmm.
honestly, I have limited time though. I am just working apart from English. I have my studies, so I have to study day and night really hard for that. And I have to be consistent there. That is also quite important part of my life. Well, I take limited sessions these days. I don't take so many sessions. I'm not regular on YouTube. Okay, so I don't talk to somebody, regularly, like, interacting people. I get messages. They want to connect with me, but sometimes I'm able to connect. Sometimes I'm not able to connect. Okay, just because of my limited time, I'm not able to be distracted, I would say, this time, because it's a very crucial time going on in my life, and I have to manage it, and I have to be disciplined quite, well. Otherwise, it would be difficult in upcoming time for me. So yeah, I take limited sessions only. If I say like hardly 1.5 hour a day.
Oh, that's great. That's more than enough, I would say. I thought you are totally off from these things. If you're conducting sessions for 1.5 hours, that's more than enough. Only 30 minutes and 1 hour is pretty sufficient for people like you, because already you practiced hard in the beginning of your journey. So now you do not need to speak like for 4 or 5 or 6 hours. So that's good. But yes, I was asking, I thought you are not conducting sessions as well. That's good to hear that you're conducting sessions nowadays for students, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Is it one on one or online or offline? What's that?
It is one on one going on. It's online, totally online.
Okay. So do you have any plans for the offline in future?
No,
Offline classes?
no, no. I don't have any plan because I haven't done masters in English like you did. Okay.
That is not the, of course, like it doesn't matter a lot having a degree. If you are very good in the practical knowledge, you can go there and you can show your talent. Of course, they are going to consider you, because if you want to have your own coaching institute, or if you want to teach in a private institute, they focus on your skills more than degrees. I would say degrees are important if you want to go for any organization, authorized organization. For sure, you have to show that what you did in the language, right? But I'm asking only the classes for your local areas, or you want to help people in your society, so that we can do it by offline, because I don't see people from our own local area, they watch our content a lot. We get people from different states, different cities, but rarely I see people from my own city who are interested in watching my content, because as I speak 100% English, so they want me to speak they want me to speak English, but teach English in Hindi. So
Mhm.
that's what their concern is. That's what they say. Or English. They would accept me if I were to speak English. Sometimes Hindi and sometimes English. So that's
Okay.
how it is. For them, it is very difficult. That's why I asked you. Okay, no worries. It's very nice. So do you have any question for me at the end of the session?
Yeah, I have a few questions. I would say
Uh huh.
one, two, maybe. Okay. Uh,
Great.
First question goes to that that are you planning to start offline coaching, or you have already started it in your local area or the city
No,
you
I
are?
didn't. I didn't actually. Right now, basically, I have some family responsibilities, and I don't want to be very much busy with the offline because online is quite flexible, right? I can do it from anywhere, wherever I want. And the offline is means like you have to have initial capital first, and then if you are going to invest, you have to be very busy with that, right? Otherwise, it's not going to work because in offline institute already there are some established institute in every single city. If you want to start in a good city, if I'm in
Mm,
Kanpur, so already there are few established institute where students go, so I have to work really hard to just get the attention of those students so they can come to me, right? So I don't want to invest at this moment. And I tried, of course, and I didn't like offline. Really, to be honest, I did not find interesting that offline institute because I was working somewhere. Because if you are working in any institute, you have to follow their rules and regulations. But if you are going to start your own institute, you can actually do whatever you want. You can teach practical spoken English, you can focus on the content what you want. But what I see in the city, most of the people are focusing on, as you said, like translation and the vocabulary, but they are not. It's okay, I think it's very important, but they are not able to find the relation between the spoken English to all those activities, right? Because
mm,
if you are doing translation, for sure you should give them chance to speak English as well. But only 30 out of 30 days they are doing translation only. So that's what I feel. I think it's not working for those students, and they always complain after 9 months, also 6 months, also they're not able to introduce themselves. So
right.
I tried, and I just experienced that. Then I felt no, it's very important for me to do this online. I'm getting better exposure. I'm getting exposure to improve myself at this moment, and in the future I can do it. That's what I did not plan yet. Maybe in future I can do it. That's what it is.
Nice. Well, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
I would say also, like, online is better as compared to offline as far as learning English is concerned. You can talk to anybody. You can meet virtually. You can see them. There is no problem at all. That some people get afraid that I'm not able to see somebody. I talk to, and that is why I'm quite afraid. Because
Mm-hmm.
when I go outside, when I meet somebody and I talk to them, I can't make the eye contact. It's quite difficult for me. So for that, I need to talk to people more. I need to communicate with them, physically. So it is not physical, but it is virtual, obviously. But you can see the person you speak with, so it can help better.
Yeah, of course, somewhat it can help, and virtual conversations also has a like have a good scope, of course.
Right.
So that's why we are doing it, because nowadays online is everything. You can get everything from the online sector. Even though many people are there, they do not go to offline things, right? Because now I think online is complete. You can make your career online. That's how it is. So, but in offline, what I feel one more drawback, that you would be getting people from your local area only. Online, we can connect. I just, generally I get students from all around the country, not from the single state or single city. So, but what happens in the offline only, you would be getting people around like 40 or 50 kilometers or 20 kilometers, right? Because they
Exactly.
cannot move from 70 kilometers to attend your coaching offline, right? But in online, we are teaching people from Andhra, this Bangalore, or maybe the Chennai, any city from all around the country. So that's what I like about online. Otherwise, in offline, you would be getting people from local areas. And second thing, they don't even know the importance of spoken English. Some people come it they want to learn this English for the fun. Some people want to have more relationships. Some people want to look out in that society by speaking a little bit English. So they are not very much serious about spoken English like we people are, that we want to actually make an impression the worldwide or something like that. So all these things also I have observed in offline classes.
Yeah, just because of online classes, I have got an opportunity. I would say I'm very fortunate that I have spoken to people from, I think, every country of Middle East. Like they are living there. Yeah, and they have approached me. I've spoken with them. I got to know about their career, what they do there, how is the lifestyle there.
Mhm.
So if it were offline, I wouldn't get this opportunity to interact with those people.
Yeah, never ever, of course. We cannot even expect that, of course. So yeah. So do you have any other question? As you
No,
said, you have two.
no, it's okay. It's on.
Okay. Okay, so thank you so much. Many, many thanks to you, Kabir. It was really nice talking to you again. It's always wonderful experience interacting with you. That's why I always check you that are you there or not? Because sometimes you look like you're underground and I'm not able to see you. So so always I want to check it out like what is happening and where are you? So thank you and thank you for accepting my request and thank you for joining me today. It was really nice.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It's a pleasure meeting. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Okay, bye bye. Take care.
Bye.